Hey guys, Ken77 Stow 171. I'm going to do a product review here for you guys. Don't know if you know this, but I think I've mentioned it before. Truck commercial drivers are required to use hands-free on a cell phone as of, I think it was January, February, I can't remember. But anyway, it's required by law now, federal statute. If you get caught driving a commercial vehicle with your phone to your head, not using hands-free, they will pull you over. It is a fine of $2,700, and they send a, under certain circumstances, they can send a fine to the company that you work for $11,000, which of course probably means that you get fired. Nice, huh? If you get a failure to use a hands-free ticket, if you get 2 of them, you lose your CDL. Anyway, so this is what I decided to buy. I had tried some other headsets, little ones, you know, that you go and put in your ear or whatever, and they don't really work very well. There's too much background noise. I even tried a Jawbone, which is one of the more expensive ones. And for regular things, that one worked pretty well. It had pretty good noise canceling, but there's just too much noise in a truck for that to really work well. So it's it needs to be something like this, where you've got an earpiece with a stalk and the microphone is in front of your face, and it has noise cancellation. I had used a simple wired one that had a little short microphone, and that actually worked reasonably well. So and that probably does qualify for the law. So if you have to, you can buy one. I think I paid like $8 for it, and it plugs into the phone and it works. However, it was somewhat annoying because the button on it didn't answer the phone. When you'd press the button on it, it would start playing, the music app would come up on my phone rather than answering the call. So you still had to pick the phone up and press the answer button, which I didn't want to do. And there was also no way to dial without picking the phone up. And I really wanted to get to a point where I could press a button on the headset, tell it to dial whatever, and it would just go do it. So I didn't have to be seen holding the phone. So anyway, I apologize. I'm holding the camera today. I'm going to do some close-up shots of this headset, so I didn't want to just have it on my head and not know if the camera was being aimed properly. So anyway, this is a Blue Parrot. It's a good brand. See a lot of them at the truck stops. Blue Parrot. It's the Blue Parrot Expressway. This is not the original headset that I chose to use. This is the box it came in. Looks like that. And it came with, I'm going to have to set the camera down here, it came with a bunch of stuff. It's 120 bucks, by the way. Came with that, and the instruction manual. So basically, you've got the headset, and the way this works is this part, this can snap off like that, and they gave you several of them, various types, sizes. Let me show you here. So they give you this. This is a little snap ring, so you can, if you want, just put that over that and stick it right up to your ear. Apparently. They have this one. It's a little smaller, and they have these little foam jackets that can go over it. This can come off of here like that, and instead you can put one of these foam ones on if you so desired. So it's got a lot of different options, and then the way this works is it simply snaps off. So that piece can be independently used with, I think you put that on it, and you use this one. So you would put it like, yeah, for me, if you put it on the right side, it would go on like that. Then this would go on there like that and snap over the top of it, and then you could just put it right over your ear. I actually tried this. Doesn't work. This thing is too heavy, and it was falling off my head. So that really didn't work. I picked the larger of the larger of these because I thought it was a little more comfortable for me. And they also gave you one that would go over your head, like this. So you put that on there. So what you do is that, again, I really need to get a tripod, guys. That snaps on there like that, and then you take this and snap that on there like that, and then it goes over your head and it's adjustable. This was my first problem. I had been using this. I don't wear the headset. Move that back a little bit. I don't wear the headset all the time, and so what I do is I hang it up. I got a little thing on the little thing in the truck, and it just hangs from the sun visor basically. Phone rings, or if I want to use it, I'd grab it and just slip it over my head, press the button, make a call. So it's constantly being, stretched over my head like this. Well, the first thing to break was right here. This is two pieces. There's this side and there's this side, and there's a seam right there. And they actually built, you're not going to be able to see it, but they built a little flex joint in here so that when this would bend, this piece could flex a little bit, and it ended up cracking in half right there eventually and quit working. So I super glued it back together again. Actually, before I did that, I used a piece of metal and I heated it up and I melted the plastic back together again. Thought that was better, and then I covered it in epoxy. I didn't have a way to epoxy it. I didn't want to glue it together because I was afraid if I got glue inside there that it would no longer, would no longer do that. So I burned the plastic back together, got it sealed up so that it was right, and then just coated the outside with epoxy to try to strengthen it. It's actually super glue, it's not epoxy. I really need to wrap it around some more. A little while later, this side rotates like this, and again they created, you probably can't see it, but there's a little T cut into it right there to allow it to flex, so that when it rotates like this, this piece right here can expand a little bit and allow it to move. Well, again, eventually it cracked all the way around pretty much, and again I just glued it back together again. I was a little disappointed with that. I mean, it's $120 and I've had it for not very long and it already broke. And it was, yeah, it's just a plastic piece breaking, but it's $120. That really shouldn't happen. I'm going over the negatives right now. So I started using this one. This is around the back of the head style, and at first I really hated it. It's pretty weird when you put it on and you turn your head. It kind of rubs against your shoulders. I actually prefer this one, but until I get some proper epoxy and wrap it around here and really reinforce it, I'm not going to use this until I fix it properly. This one, on the other hand, is one piece of plastic. It's molded together. There's no seams, there's no splits, there's nothing in it, and it seems a lot heavier duty than this one. This one is just kind of flimsy. This one is a little too short. I'd like it to be a little bit longer. If I put this side over my ear like it's supposed to be, this one is not quite over my ear, but it stays on my head, doesn't fall off, and it works reasonably well. So and then again, they gave you this one if you wanted to just hang this, right over your ear. Use this thing. Tried it. This thing just weighs way too much. So that's the negatives. Some cheap plastics. It was $120, so it's not cheap. The positives, they give you a lot of different options, of ways to wear it, and some comfort options depending on whether you like the foam or whether you like the little leathery, soft leathery feel. And one other negative, I don't think you're going to be able to see this. There's a crack that runs across the face of this housing from there to there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that because the camera doesn't really like to focus. Maybe you can see it there. It's right here. It doesn't affect the operation, but there again, I don't even know how that happened. I mean, maybe I did something I shouldn't have, I don't know. So it's cracked there too. This is bendy. It's got some you know, metal in there or whatever, and allows it to flex a little bit. The positives. The positives are that the sound quality is excellent. Very rarely do I have anybody have a problem understanding what I'm saying, even in extremely loud situations. I used this once driving along in my convertible, had the top down going 70 miles an hour. That's a lot of wind blowing around you, and I had no problem understanding what they were saying, and they had no problem understanding what I was saying. So that's pretty impressive, I thought. In the rig, there's no issues at all. Nobody even knows you're on a headset. So the sound quality is excellent. Their receiving quality is excellent. The major thing that I really like about this too is the talk time. Not so much that I use the talk time, but I can charge this on the weekend, and the battery will last me the entire week at least. I've always charged it on the weekends. I didn't want to have to, have a problem in the middle of the day. So I don't know. It might last 2 weeks. It's got 16 hours of talk time. What does it say here? 16 hours of talk. 16 hours of talk, 150 hours of standby, 66-foot range, volume, call, answer, mute, 128-bit secure digital encryption. Came with an AC, an auto, and a USB charging cord, and you can recharge it while you're using it, and it comes with a 1-year warranty. There's a picture of the 3 wearing styles. So yeah, there's the different charges that they give. They give you a wall charger, a cigarette lighter charger, and then just a straight USB cable to use in any other one that you might have. And surprisingly, I think, let's see, let me just get the model number here. It's a Blue Parrot Expressway, VXI Corporation, VXIcorp.com, made in China, of course. But like I said, the battery, I'm sorry I got off topic there. My cat is coming to visit, so, okay, cat. Okay, he jumped down. So the talk time is fantastic. Battery life is fantastic. The call quality is fantastic. However, some of the materials that they chose to use could have been better. This one I really can't explain. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is if it got squeezed or pressed, or maybe maybe I did this somehow. I don't know how. But this breaking that should not have happened. I highly doubt that this will break. It's very much more rigid. So I may continue to use this. It is not as comfortable on your head. If I had to wear it like 24 hours a day, this would not work for me. It's just not quite the right size, and it's not really bendy, or anything. It doesn't stay in its shape, so it gets a little tiresome on your head. However, for short duration or when I'm talking on the phone, it does work. This one I found to be useless. This is way too heavy to be just hanging off of your ear. It doesn't stay in position. It pulls. It pulls, and just doesn't work. So, I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. Standard micro USB. I'm sorry, mini. I think it's a mini USB charging port there. It looks as though it might have some kind of cradle that it can go into. Either that or that's the antenna, the Bluetooth antenna. I don't know, but it certainly looks like a drop-in charging cradle, or something. Although I did not see any, accessories that showed that was an option. So anyway, that's my review of that. Definitely, if you want a good hands-free, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, the other one that I would mention, the BX250 or B250X or whatever, this part here is like about that big. I mean, it's like that big. It's like that big, and it's big, chunky looking thing. This is much sleeker looking. Does look better on your head. When it's powered up, it'll blink like that. And when you power it down, it blinks red. When you're in a call, the blue light blinks. The way you stop that, because it is annoying at night, because it's pretty bright, you press the volume up and down buttons at the same time, and then it doesn't blink a light or show a light when you're in a call. One other thing I had a problem with, this little foam thing kept falling off of here. It's really, this part is really smooth all the way to the end, and it kept falling off. And my friend says, well, why don't you just use a little zip tie? So that's what I did. I took a zip tie and I just cinched it around there, and it's never come off again. So that is a weakness. They needed to put a little more texturing or some little, like little teeth or something, and rough this up so that it would grip the foam. So once you slid it on there, it wouldn't easily just fall off. But it does easily just falls right off. I don't think it really affected the sound quality at all. However, it is kind of nice to have the foam there because it keeps dust and dirt and crap from getting into the microphone holes. So again, a little bendy there. Bend it up, bend it down, however you want. So that's it. Blue Parrot Expressway wireless Bluetooth headset. One thing it does not do, it does not, and I had hoped that it would, it does not transfer the phone audio to the headset. It's not capable of that. I was hoping that if I wanted to listen to my radio stations on iHeartRadio or TuneIn Radio or even Pandora possibly, it would be in one ear, but still. I was hoping that the phone might be able to pass the audio, the music audio, to this headset, and it will not do that. That was kind of a disappointment. But I don't know what it's called. There is a classification for Bluetooth headsets that can receive both music and also telephone, and this one doesn't have it apparently. So that is it. Blue Parrot Expressway. Let me pick this up. Let me show you how this goes back together again one more time, just so you guys know. So what you do is you take that, and you just, it's hard. You feel like you're going to break it. You just snap it over that, and then you take this and basically just kind of line it up and just snap it on there. That's it. And then it just stays on there. It'll sandwich like that, and that can rotate like that, so you can adjust it however you want. So that is the Blue Parrot Expressway. There's the other headset, and there's that. So that's it. Hopefully it was instructive. If you have any questions about the product, give me a call, send me a comment or whatever, and I'll try to answer your questions. Y'all take care. Have a good day.